The city never really slept, but from the top floor of the Blackstone Tower, silence ruled. Adrian Blackstone, the CEO, was known for his cold precision, a man who measured emotions like numbers on a spreadsheet. The kind of man whose stare could freeze an argument before it began. The new secretary arrived on a Monday morning, nervous but determined. Her name was Emily Hart, a small-town girl with a quiet grace and the kind of politeness that felt almost old-fashioned. She carried her coffee carefully, smiled at everyone, and said, "Good morning," like she meant it. Adrian didn't notice her at first. Or rather, he noticed her only as a new variable in his routine. She was efficient, punctual, and unnervingly polite. The kind of employee who blended into the background until something went wrong. But nothing went wrong. Emily admired him from a distance. His confidence, his control, his quiet loneliness. There was something tragic in the way he stood by the window at sunset, looking down at a city he'd conquered but never truly touched. On her third week, she accidentally overheard a phone call, a man shouting, a woman crying, and then silence. When Adrian walked out of his office moments later, his face was unreadable. He simply asked her to schedule a meeting. But his eyes were different. That night, she stayed late to finish a report. When she brought it to his office, she found him sitting in the dark, a single light from his laptop painting his face in shadow. "You should go home," he said. His voice was low, distant. She nodded, but she didn't move. "You don't have to keep everything inside," she said quietly. For a second, he looked like he might answer. Then he just smiled, a small broken smile, and whispered, "Some people are safer in silence." It was the first time she saw him not as her boss, but as a man, human, tired, and haunted. And that moment, though brief, planted something fragile between them. Days turned into weeks, and Emily became indispensable. Adrian's schedule ran smoother, his meetings shorter, his temper less sharp. His board noticed the change, and so did he. He began to trust her with things he wouldn't share with anyone else. Personal emails, private letters, even his travel arrangements. She never pried, but she noticed the patterns. The canceled calls to someone named Lena. The yearly donations to an orphanage. The ring he never wore but never took off his desk. One morning, she found him staring at that ring again. "She was my wife," he said without looking up. Emily froze. "Was," she repeated softly. He nodded. "She died 5 years ago. Car accident. I was supposed to be with her that night." Emily didn't know what to say, so she said nothing. She simply sat across from him until the silence became less heavy. Over the next few months, their rhythm changed. They began having coffee together in the mornings. Sometimes he'd ask about her life, the little things. What she read, what kind of music she liked, why she never went out on weekends. She told him about her small town, her mother's garden, the way she used to dream of working in the city. "And now that you are?" he asked. She smiled. "Now I dream of peace." Adrian laughed. Genuinely, it startled them both. "Peace," he said. "That's rare in my world." One night, after a long meeting, they shared an elevator down. The city lights blurred through the glass walls. He looked at her reflection instead of her face. "You calm me," he admitted. She looked away. "You scare me," she whispered. He smiled faintly. "Then we're even." As winter set in, whispers began around the office. Rumors. People noticed how he looked at her, how she seemed to be the only one who could walk into his office without knocking. Emily tried to ignore it, but she could feel the weight of every glance. One afternoon, during a heated board meeting, Adrian lost his composure. A senior partner accused Emily of influencing company decisions. Adrian slammed his fist on the table. "She has more integrity than this entire room combined," he said. After the meeting, Emily confronted him. "You shouldn't have said that. I told the truth," he replied. "Now they'll hate me." "They already do," he said softly. "But I don't." That night he walked her to her car. Snow was falling, the city muted under the quiet white. "You should transfer me," she said suddenly. "This will destroy your reputation." He stepped closer. "You think I care about reputation?" "You should," she whispered. He reached for her hand, then stopped. The moment hung between them, fragile, trembling. Then he turned away. "Go home, Emily." The next day she was gone. No message, no resignation, just an empty desk and an envelope on his table. Inside was a note. "Some people are safer in silence." Weeks passed. Adrian buried himself in work, more ruthless than ever. The building felt colder, emptier. Every time the elevator opened, his heart betrayed him, hoping to see her. One night, his assistant told him a letter had arrived. No sender, no return address. Inside was a single photo, Emily standing in front of a small bookstore, smiling. On the back, a line written in her handwriting. "I'm learning to live loudly." He tried calling her old number, but it was disconnected. He tried sending someone to her town, no trace. She had vanished into the quiet world she once spoke of. Months later, he attended a charity gala. Among the crowd, a flash of familiar hair caught his eye. He turned, it was her. But before he could reach her, someone took her hand. A man, tall, gentle-looking. She smiled at him the way she used to smile at Adrian. She didn't see Adrian at first. When she finally did, her smile faltered. He raised his glass slightly, a silent greeting. She hesitated, then nodded. They didn't speak that night. But when she left, she walked past him. "You were right," she said quietly. Silence can be safe, but it can also be lonely. He wanted to say come back, but the words died in his throat. She was already walking away, hand in hand with someone who wasn't him. After that, he began visiting the orphanage every month, reading to the children, donating quietly. Something in him softened, or maybe it broke in a cleaner way. One afternoon, a child asked, "Do you have someone who loves you?" He smiled sadly. "Once," he said. "Maybe still." The seasons changed again. Spring came, bringing warmth to the cold glass office. And sometimes, when the city lights flickered at dusk, Adrian could almost hear her voice. "You don't have to keep everything inside." He still wore the same suit, still led the same empire. But there was a difference now, a gentler silence, the kind that heals instead of hides. Yet every time he saw someone smile like her, the wound reopened, not bleeding, just reminding. 2 years later, fate played its cruel trick again. A business meeting in Paris, a coffee shop near the Seine. And there she was, Emily, sitting by the window, reading, alone. He hesitated, then walked in. She looked up, startled, then smiled. Time hadn't erased the softness in her eyes. "Adrian," she breathed. They talked for hours about everything and nothing, about the past they didn't name, and the futures they pretended not to imagine. "Are you happy?" he asked finally. She paused. "I'm learning." He nodded. "That's enough." As the rain began to fall outside, she said, "Do you ever regret letting me go?" He smiled faintly. "Every day. But I think maybe it saved you." "And you?" she whispered. He looked out the window. "Maybe some of us aren't meant to be saved." Silence. Soft, familiar, almost comforting. When they stood to leave, she hugged him. Gentle, brief. "Take care, Mr. Blackstone. Always, Miss Hart." She walked away into the rain. He didn't follow. Back in his hotel, he found a note slipped into his coat pocket. "If you ever learn to live loudly too, find me." No number, no address, just those words. He placed it beside his wedding ring on the nightstand and turned off the light. The city outside whispered with life. And somewhere between dreams and dawn, he imagined what it would be like if things had been different, if timing hadn't been so cruel. But when morning came, he rose, straightened his tie, and faced another day, quieter, lonelier, but still carrying the echo of her voice. Some stories don't end, they just pause in the silence between two hearts. If this story touched you, don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, and hit the bell icon, so you never miss another story like this one. Love isn't always loud. Sometimes it's the quiet that remembers.